At cost plus 10%, we offer your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.
Are you girls ready?
We've been ready. Let's do this party. Shh, it's supposed to be pride.
So guys, is it time yet?
Well, what's going on?
It's a big celebration.
It's our 1-year anniversary.
The party is on.
Let's get this party started.
Party!
Thank you, Troy,
For your business and making our first year in Troy a huge success.
Surprise!
Just remember, nobody beats Marysville.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance. Whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies, Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
A personal touch. A high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
At cost plus 10%, we offer your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.
Are you girls ready?
We've been ready. Let's do this party. Shh, it's supposed to be pride.
So guys, is it time yet?
Well, what's going on?
It's a big celebration.
It's our 1-year anniversary.
The party is on.
Let's get this party started.
Party!
Thank you, Troy,
For your business and making our first year in Troy a huge success.
Surprise!
Just remember, nobody beats Marysville.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance. Whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies, Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
A personal touch. A high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Here we go. Good morning, everybody. You're on today at LA with Mr. Mike and Mr. Neil Armstrong. We got
All right, are
technical
you on?
difficulties with the telephone.
Are you on, Mike? Okay, are you on?
I'm on.
Mike Amos is on. It looks like. Are you on, Max? Are you on? There we go, right there. Let's go.
Hold on.
All right, see if you can bring him in.
Mr. Mac?
Yep, Mike Hedrick, Mike.
Yeah, I got you. Let's see here. This one goes all right, right here. Well. All right, Max, you still on?
I'm here,
Max
yes.
Howell's on. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to, I would call it Today in L.A., and of course that's Lower Alabama, and we got Max Howell calling in this morning. Of course, we're going to have Pike County Ford's Picks of the Week this morning, starting in just a few minutes, but some of our guys are a little bit late getting in here this morning. Max, you were in Troy this weekend. You looked awfully spry, man. I tell you what, I wish I was in this kind of shape.
I've tried to take care of myself through the years, but I can't tell you, you were very instrumental in helping me get there, and I do appreciate that. I had a chance to see guys, I told you earlier, I saw guys at this one I haven't seen in 50 years. You know, I wondered why some of them, you know, kind of moved around a little slower. When I stopped to think about it, Mike, I realized 50 years ago, when they were players, that we won that championship.
That's amazing, no question about it. Somebody out there that knows Ginger, called Ginger this morning and get her in here.
I texted her. She
Ginger
hadn't replied.
Nowling. Evidently, she's not looking at her text, and I'm mad about that myself. Neil Armstrong's with us, and of course Max Howell calling in from Fulton, and Mike Amos calling in from Birmingham. Is that right, Mike?
Our conference didn't work.
Let's see. Hopefully, we'll get him to call back in a minute. Get to work. It's a way to do it, and back and forth, and we'll do that. You know, I mean, I think I've tried it enough to maybe try to. Of course, Max was in Troy this weekend celebrating the anniversary of the 1968 team, and we've been talking about that this morning since he came on the air from Fulton, Mississippi. And Max, throw out a few names.
Well, of course, you know, I've Sim Bird, Danny Grant, Bobby Inslee, and Alvin Dees, and Paul Princefield, and John Hatcher, and Glenn Thompson, Rusty Ninus, Ronnie Shelley, Gary Spillers. I mean, all the guys that played for us.
Frank Elmore, Tommy Moffitt.
Yep, that's right. We're all, you know, all there. And like I told you, I some of those guys I had to reintroduce myself.
Sonny Hendricks, and I think Sonny Hendricks was there, and I think he looked younger than anybody.
He did. I think he did too. I mean, he looked like he could still play.
And the great Jimmy Hedrick. You remember Hedrick?
Yes, I do. Yeah,
was he there? I didn't get.
Yeah.
Of course, George Little was there, the great linebacker. Jimmy Gillespie, the great linebacker.
Right.
Hey, let me tell you something. They were grown men, buddy. They could have played against a lot of folks and won.
Well, you know, and then of course, you know, we got George from Auburn, we got Jimmy from Georgia. You know, we kind of picked and chose some really good players.
Yeah.
And, of course, they continue to play. And I think what's good about it, Mike, they continue to support Troy now.
That's awesome.
All those guys are you know, they're really big supporters of the program.
Yeah, Max, I worked the sidelines, and I was on the home side before the game. There was just so many, and they all had on all their Troy gear and everything, and talking about everything. It was just really, really, really neat. Really neat.
It really was. I was telling Mike, I can't thank Dr. Hawkins and the athletic department for staging that for us. At that time, they rolled out the red carpet. They spoke to us on Friday night as a group. Talked about how the culture was changed when we got there, and laid the foundation for programs to come thereafter. And I don't think you can deny that. This was a special group, and we reflected. I recall vividly as we brought those kids in. If you remember, 95% of them were transfers.
Oh yeah.
A couple of junior college kids, and we only took Ronnie Shelley and Al Head and Rusty Ninus and just a few out of high school. The rest of them had already been playing somewhere else.
Right.
And everybody said, hey, you know, this is last chance y'all got a bunch of renegades and all that. I today that said that, go back and look at the success these guys have had in the business world. Without a doubt, most of it done very, very well.
They were all winners.
Well, let me say something, too. You can call them renegades, but they might have been renegades with some coaches, but they weren't renegades with Billy Atkins. I mean, hey, they were scared to death of him. They came here to play for him, but, I mean, that's the truth. Most of the coaches were.
Yeah. Well, the deal was, Mike, they waited till Coach Atkins went to bed. That's when they did the renegade.
Yeah, that's right.
I was responsible.
Sneaking out.
In those days.
You never got any sleep, did you?
They were teenagers. You know, they were 20 to 22-year-old teenagers, and they acted out sometimes off the field. But I'll tell you, we can't take anything away from their performance on the field and really what they became in the business world and good citizens.
Yeah. Waiting on Ricky Clark, the owner of our great Ford place on the bypass. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you test drive one of those beautiful Ford cars or truck today, Pike County Ford will give you a hat and a few more other things. Max, Of course, a few of them are not with us anymore. And the one that just jumps out at me more than anybody is the great Doug Taylor. How good a tight end was he, Coach?
No, listen, and we talked about him several times, and some of the other players that had passed away. But Doug could have played anywhere. We were fortunate enough to get him.
He scored 3 touchdowns in the championship game. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, we threw the ball to him. We did some things with him from alignments that the opponent never had seen before. We split him out sometime. We'd walk him back like an H-back. And Billy was so innovative with that offense that nobody had ever seen it. I told you, Mike, this before. I call the plays for Billy and for him. And every time we throw, we get against a new team, we score 3 or 4 touchdowns. They coach would call time out and get me and the official and the opposing team together and charge us with illegal plays, illegal formations, all kind of stuff.
Yeah. Did you know that Coach came out and ran y'all's formation for the first series? Did you know that?
Who did he do?
They got in the same formation that y'all ran out of in the first 2 or 3 plays of the game.
Yeah, well, Mike, let me tell you.
They had throwback helmets. I thought those were so neat.
I thought that was really something.
Yeah, far-reaching. Not to take anything away from Pat Sullivan and Jerry Beasley at Auburn, but they won the Heisman on Billy's offense. We took it up there to Coach Jordan after the '68 championship game, and knew that when Pat was a sophomore. And every time I see Pat Sullivan today, and he's not doing health-wise, and of course Jerry's worse than that, but every time I see those guys, I want my little bitty miniature Heisman trophy because we put the passing game in at Auburn in 1969.
Yeah, exactly.
People know that. I'll tell you.
And, of course, the great Bill Russell, how good was he? Of course, he's gone now, but what a great player Bill Russell was out of Hartford.
Yeah, we were able to pick. I'm going to tell you what we did, Mike, is we took a lot of transfer. We needed some mature players to win and to win quickly. That was Billy's philosophy.
Did they come from Max? Did they come from junior colleges, Max, or other colleges?
We got a few. Listen, in the SEC in the '60s, they didn't take married players. The kid wanted to get married, he had to transfer, and that's all SEC schools. Two-thirds of our kids were married. Dr. Adams allowed us to build married dorms. We give the wife a job and scholarship the male in their family.
That's neat.
We got 8 or 10 players.
I learned something this morning.
Yes, sir.
All over SEC, we took players from everywhere that were quality players. And you got to remember, guys, that league when we got there wasn't any better than a high school league. They played a 3-deep zone. They played a roving linebacker that went to the tight end side. We scored 50 touchdowns on the backside because nobody knew how to pick up a back out of the backfield.
How about that?
I can just go on and on and on and tell you the stories.
Oh, yeah, no
and we had, don't get me wrong, we had some good players, but guys, the system dominated because Billy brought the NFL stuff to us.
He brought in a guy from high school named Sammy Hayes that was quite a player. Would have been a great player.
Those
now.
players, those guys that are gone now, we certainly, recognize those guys on Friday night because of their contribution and, have not had a chance to stay in touch with all those guys.
Mm-hmm. Of course, George Hires, George.
On and on, Mike, about the quality of what we had.
George Hires was a great player, a big lineman. Cecil Barber, boy, what a great run he made in the championship game. And you can go on Facebook right now and see some of those great plays. Did you know that, Max?
Oh yeah, I've seen every one of them. Of course, the picture that's made the biggest rounds down here is me and Phillip and Coach Atkins watching tape with Ronnie Shelley and Sam Emil.
Yeah.
They put that on Facebook. I think last time I saw it had like 1,200 views.
Of course, Fran Collins out of Geneva. He and T.J. Morris transferred from Alabama. You remember that?
Oh yeah. I remember, Mike, it was me that got them.
I know it.
And these kids were married. That's why they were able to do it.
Some of them were married. No, some of them married, and some of them, the rules were different. You could transfer from Alabama to Troy and play that year, couldn't you? Next year, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could go down in classification just like the rule is today. But the way we got attention and all that was because of the marriage situation.
Yeah.
Billy had no reservation. Remember, he came from the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a different set of rules that these kids had to operate under because based on his experience. And that's the first thing, the first staff meeting we ever had. He said, this is what we're going to do. A 22, 23-year-old guy that's already knows what he wants to do in life and maybe already married will take our system a lot quicker than an 18-year-old. Yeah. And he was right.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was so well done that you had a nice banquet on Friday night. You ate good food. You're out amongst, boy, that tailgate crowd, something, didn't it?
No, man. Listen, that was the whole weekend, Mike. I can't thank everybody, man. Now, I've texted Jeremy and I've texted Judy Morgan and all those people that work in the athletic, Neil Brown.
Well, Faith Ward from the alumni office did the majority of it. She's the one that pretty much put it on.
They really did a good job, and I wish I'd have had a recording in a disc of the remarks that Dr. Hawkins gave. It was as good of a presentation as I've ever heard.
He's as articulate as anybody around, no question about it.
Yeah,
we're waiting on.
He quoted some things Billy used to say. Where he got all that, I don't know, but singled out some individual players that helped turn that program around, and were just so complimentary of the program. And then that's when Neil Brown came in with a helmet, with a sticker on it. The same thing we used.
Did everybody enjoy that?
Isn't it amazing that they got so many helmets? I mean, that school's got more helmets than anybody I know.
We had one.
You know what? They've got at least 5 or maybe 6 whole sets, and I'm talking about 125 of them. You know.
But that had to be, Max, that had to be touching when Coach Neil Brown told y'all he was going to wear that TS on the helmet.
Absolutely, it was. I mean, that was the end. They wanted to bring Neil in at the end of the 3 speakers.
Yeah.
And of course, he'd been in staff meeting, so he just came in with the helmet under his arm, walked from the back all the way up to the front. Didn't want to stand at the podium, kind of stood off to the side, but really gave a very inspirational talk. Yeah. And I guess we'll just take credit for that big win that had on Florida A&M as well.
Why not? Why not?
Of course, they were in the Trojan Walk, and that was a lot of fun. And I was at I was involved in that. And every one of them came by, got a big old handshake or a hug, and it made me feel awfully good that people remembered even little old me back in those days.
Look, the talk was on Friday night that you need to have been right there in the group. You've done so much for that university through the alumni group for so many years, and certainly been a fixture.
I love that team.
I'm going to be very disappointed when that new alumni building goes up if you don't have a name on it somewhere.
Well, you're awfully kind. But I'll tell you this though, Max, I was y'all were my heroes, and hey, let me tell you this, without any doubt in anybody's mind, Billy Atkins, Max Howell, and Philip Creel, when they came to Troy, they turned the program completely around, and Troy's been a winning program ever since.
How about that?
And your dad worked with the university all those years. He knew them all.
He knew them all.
Ray Armstrong, you might remember that name. Melton Carter and Ray Armstrong, some of those guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
I can't tell you the flashbacks that we had in our conversations. And I'm gonna say I probably spent 10 or 15 hours in nothing but conversations with these guys. And we talked about all the people, basically that had helped the program along the way. Our friends, our associates. It was a movement, guys, without even us knowing it to begin with. But once the winning started, we could sense the attitude change. And Billy Atkins, what he brought, guys, was a change in the culture of what that university stands for.
That's the sign of a good coach.
Jack Hawkins addressed that. He said, what we did was show the nation that a small rural school in South Alabama gained national recognition.
All right, Max, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with more on Pike County Ford's Picks of the Week. Ricky's in the house.
Why buy from Pike County Ford? We live local. Troy is our home, so you'll always be dealing with hometown folks who are all about Troy. We'll beat any legitimate written offer you bring in, so you know you're getting the best deal guaranteed. And no matter what you buy from Pike County Ford, you can always count on the best service before and after the sale. Bottom line, you get good people, a better product, and the best deal, guaranteed. Pike County Ford in Troy, never too far for a far better deal.
Party Dunn from Dixie Trails. You get your truck washed here?
I sure do.
Billy Johnson. I know you're not bringing them cow trucks over here.
I do. They're like new when I leave.
Loretta, what are you doing?
Getting my car detailed.
At Trojan Detail, we do it all.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Come visit Troy Nissan with a new modern look and same great staff. We are dedicated to providing you with an excellent customer experience. Shop us online at www.troynissaninc.com. Free oil changes for life on all new vehicles. Thanks for being a part of our family. Troy Nissan.
Why buy from Pike County Ford? We live local. Troy is our home, so you'll always be dealing with hometown folks who are all about Troy. We'll beat any legitimate written offer you bring in, so you know you're getting the best deal guaranteed. And no matter what you buy from Pike County Ford, you can always count on the best service before and after the sale. Bottom line, you get good people, a better product, and the best deal, guaranteed. Pike County Ford in Troy, never too far for a far better deal.
Back to our show, Pike County Bank, Pike County Ford. I don't know what this is. It's a rerun every day.
How long has it been since
Pike County Ford's Picks of the Week?
It's been 25 years since Pike County Bank closed.
And ladies and gentlemen, we got the hat here, and here's the man. He's here.
Right. That's right.
He's here. Ricky Clark, the owner of Pike County Ford.
Mike, people are texting and calling each other all over the county right now. Ricky's on. Ricky's on.
Yeah, that's right.
What? You turn it to Channel 2.
He's the guy that just moved in here on a FBI secret witness program out of
the witness protection is blown.
A little town in
Marshall,
Texas called Marshall, Texas. And ladies and gentlemen, there's a new marshal in town, and his name is Ricky Clark, and he's co-owner of Troy, Pike County Ford, right here on the bypass in Troy. And I was going over your scores like a good teacher does, and but we had some great scores this week to tell you about. Of course, yours truly came in with a 24-7 hit, and I would have thought I'd won with that, but Ricky came in with the same 24-7. And then I went and graded Neil's paper, and Neil was 45 and 6. 25 and 6, excuse me. Was 25 and 6. And I said, well, Neil's got it. Then I started looking at Ginger's, and as she did last year, many times, she goes 25 and 6, so I had to go to the tiebreaker. Neil had Alabama beating Florida A&M 39-10. Listen to this. She had Alabama beaten.
Arkansas State.
The FAMU bunch, 45-12. So she wins the tiebreaker, and so she's off and running.
Yep.
I won the first week. Mike, you on the phone?
This is Will Matthews.
Will Matthews.
Judge, good morning, Judge.
Judge, how you doing this morning? Give us your picks, Will. You just missed Max Howell. Who do you like this week?
I really like Vandy against Notre Dame. I think that's going to be a shocker.
Judge, you don't expect them to win the game, though,
Judge,
do you?
Matthew, you what?
Points.
All right. What is that line?
I think it's about 10.
12.5.
So you like Notre Dame and the 10? I mean, Vanderbilt and the 10.
Whatever it is, 10 or 12.
Okay.
Trust the judge.
What's some others?
Everybody says Ole Miss is better or whatever. I think Alabama's going to obliterate them.
They are.
I mean, it could be ugly. It could
All right.
Alabama could put 50 on them first half.
Well, look, they got they can score now. They scored 77, and I know they didn't play anybody, but they were down. Did you know they were down at the half? Something like 38 to 36, but they come back and end up scoring 77 points. Okay, you like Alabama, and what is that? What is that?
I think 20.
20, is that all? Okay. All right, who else do you like?
Let me think who's playing because I don't have.
Well, all right, you're not prepared today, but let me tell you how you did last week. You took Atlanta and the points, and what was that? 1 point, wasn't it?
I lost last.
You lost. You took Alabama and 1. You took Vandy and 1. You took Nebraska and lost. You took A&M and 1. You took Florida. Was that Florida State? The under. You took the under on the Florida State game, and I think you lost. And South Alabama plus the 32, you lost. So you didn't do real well last week.
It was under on the Florida game.
All right, under on the Florida game. I got you. Under 6-4, and you won that.
Yeah.
All right. Any other games jump out at you this week?
I think Vandy's getting 14. I think they get 14. I like Auburn against LSU. I think they're going to beat them.
Well, that's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a good one, I'll tell you that right now.
I think they'll beat them.
I'll tell you something that LSU does that nobody else has done very well against them so far is play defense. LSU plays defense. That's going to be a very good football game, Will. No question about it.
Now, I know you've got the Sun Belt on the brain, but Georgia will beat MTSU to death.
All right.
Is Middle Tennessee in the Sun Belt?
Middle Tennessee not in the Sun Belt. Not anymore. They're in the Conference USA now.
We kicked them out, Judge.
Or they in one of them.
Beat their butt.
All right, I'll tell you my upset special of the week. Boise to beat Oklahoma State. Boise State to beat Oklahoma State.
I picked that one too.
And I'm going to tell you another upset I've got this week. North Carolina State's going to beat West Virginia.
Ooh.
North Carolina State has a
They're not even playing at their home stadium.
And I'm going to tell you one to jump all over and put if you want to put your house on it, Will.
That game's been canceled.
What? Oh, yeah. Oh,
North
okay.
Carolina game's been canceled.
All right, I'm glad you told us.
Yep.
All right, another one playing over there, probably going to be canceled.
So the West Virginia
and you know what?
State
You know who wants it to be canceled, don't you?
Who?
Georgia Southern and Clemson. Hey, you take the 35 or 37 points and run with it. Georgia Southern is going to play them tough. No question about it.
Clemson's going to come back. You know, the Boise line against Oklahoma State's 2.5 at Oklahoma State.
That just goes to show you they're ranked 17th now. But I'm telling you, take all you can get on Georgia Southern and play within that 35 or 37. They're very much improved. And how about this? Colorado State, I don't think they'll do it, but I've seen some people like Colorado State over Florida.
Me being one.
Okay, well, Ricky's one of them. But the big game of the week, Will, before you leave, the big game of the week is Ohio State at TCU. Who do you like?
I think that'll be a good game.
Well, it's going to be.
I like TCU. I like TCU in the points.
You know, it sure is easy for you to say, "Oh, that'll be a good game." Yeah, you're right. It's not. What? How many is it? Do you know?
10.5.
But it's amazing. Will, can you think of any other game that jumps out at you?
Well, TCU's getting 13 at home.
Oh man.
And they're playing at Cowboy
Stadium. I like that. Oh, they are playing at Cowboy Stadium? Yeah. Okay. Jerry World. Okay. All right, Will. Anything else?
Not much going on.
Of course, Will Matthews Law Firm located in downtown Ozark. And, hey, tell me about this Family Feud thing. Will Matthews' family.
Well, I understand there's 700 people auditioning, so I thought it was going to be. This is a long shot deal, it looks like.
Well, you know what? If anybody can pull it off, you can.
Well, I don't
All right, my friend. Well, listen, thanks.
Y'all have a good one. Who does Troy play this week?
Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Nebraska. Now, you can hang with us if you want to and pick some of these games. That'll be up to you.
I'll tell you what, Nebraska's not all that good. I thought they should have beat Colorado, though.
Well, Colorado's better than what
Well, yeah, Colorado's pretty good, too. And let me tell you this, Will. Now the rest of the story. The Nebraska quarterback is out. They're having to play their freshman guy that they wanted a red shirt. They're going to have to play him. They're out. Their first two quarterbacks are out completely. They took the line off.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a great game. So Troy's going to go in there and win the football game.
I hope so.
That would be a great win for
I'm looking
Troy.
forward to it. Thank you so much, Will, and
All right, buddy.
we appreciate you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Will Matthews calling in from Ozark, and he opened up a conversation with a lot of different things. I hear a phone ringing, and hopefully it might be Mike Amos calling in. He just got back from Las Vegas. We'll find out some things that he learned while he was out there, and we're gonna take a short break. We'll be right back. Well, somebody got to answer the phone, so we're
still live,
we'll
Mike.
be on hold right here. How'd your show go? Tell us about your show.
Mike, we had a good time. It was a great show. We, from 6 to 7 on Sundays, and it was one of our better shows, I believe. We had a lot of call-ins, coaches calling in, so we know they're watching.
I think it's great. I really do.
And Facebook hits were out the roof, and it was just it was great. We had a good time.
Well, Ricky, are y'all selling any cars?
Man,
Hey, look, are you like my presentation at my church yesterday? I was interviewing some players the other day, and this good-looking kid came in there, and I asked him, what his name was and what position he played, and so he goes on through, and the coach comes right behind him. He said, Mike, John looks like Tarzan, but he plays like Jane. So is that what you're doing? Are you looking like Tarzan and playing like Jane, selling cars?
That's it.
Oh, they're dealing up there.
And also, I want to make a quick announcement real quick. I just hired a brand new service director for the store. We got a brand new guy named David. Y'all come down there and meet him. He's a great guy. He's been with Ford for 40 years, and we're lucky and excited to have this guy.
All right, now you told me the other day that it was in your plans. Have you got your car wash deal set up yet?
Not yet, but we're working on that now that David's here. We're about to push the throttle. We're going to get service cranking and going and picking up and delivering cars for service and washing back cars, all that good stuff. So.
Of course, Pike County Ford, ladies and gentlemen, one of the leading Ford dealerships in Alabama and southwest Florida and southeast or southwest Georgia. Y'all on the internet, I reckon y'all deal with everybody, don't you?
Everybody. We've sold cars to South Florida, Tennessee, Ohio.
That's what it's all about.
North Carolina. We just delivered a car to North Carolina 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, let's get going. Looks like Miss. Now it wasn't her fault as much as it is we didn't get in touch with her. She, we did move our time from our regular time is Friday, and we're gonna give her a chance to fill out these brackets.
Yeah, we will. She got 3 days.
Because she won last week with a 25-6 record. I had 24-7, and Ricky had 24-7, and Neil looked like he had it, but he picked. Alabama had 39 points in the first half.
I
Neil.
know.
39-10, Neil, and
You know
she
what?
had 45-12.
I'm not Alabama. My brain said Alabama was going to practice their running game. And practice their running game.
Exactly.
And practice their running game. You know what they practiced?
What?
Passing.
Okay.
They passed it all over. They had 5 touchdown passes. Alabama's passing the ball this year.
No question about it. And we've got a lot to talk about. And we're going to put her in here, too, and let her I tell you, it's amazing. And Rick, Neil knows it better than anything. This girl can pick games.
Yeah, her and Blake.
I don't know if she's sitting back and talking to her husband before she comes in, what, but she's real confident on her picks, and you can tell that the other day.
Well, you know, them game ones ain't got nothing else to do but sit back and study football.
No question about it. If anybody knows her, call her and tell her to call in.
I don't know. She must be be under the weather. She normally replies pretty quick.
But again, this is not her regular day, and it's but the reason I will not be here after our show tomorrow is I'm heading to Nebraska for the big ball game.
Lincoln.
Let's get started. Tallahassee. The Tallahassee Tigers going to Carroll of Ozark. This is going to be one of the stern tests for Carroll all year. But
you talk about a tough pick right out the gate.
It sure is. But you know, Tallahassee got beat last week.
Yeah, but by Greenville.
Yeah, you're right.
Greenville's as tough as it comes. Right?
Look like they are. Look like they're going to be real tough.
Yeah.
All right, who do you like, Neil?
Well, I've circled everything on the sheet but that game. I've already picked all my games but the Tallahassee Ozark game. Everything has went Ozark's way for 3 or 4 years now. They haven't been beat at home in 3 or 4 years. This is going to be my upset special. I'm going to take Tallahassee to go to Ozark and upset Carroll.
Whoa!
I know.
You heard it here first.
And the thing about it, one of Tallahasee's great coaches is one of your best friends, and y'all play golf together all the time. One thing about him, he's going to play golf Saturday morning now.
That's right. But I'm calling it right now.
Okay.
I think Tallahassee goes into Ozark and does the shocker.
All right.
The shocker.
Of course, they run that
wing tee
as well as anybody. I'm going to take Ozark.
Carroll's going to set up in the eye and just run it straight
I
at
think Tallahassee will put up a fight, but I think Ozark pulls it off in the end.
No question about it. Okay, so
that's going to be a
huge
game football game
at Charles Henderson this weekend, and Neil and Wally be doing it.
We will.
This is a 6A team, Oxford, who's one of the best programs in the whole state of Alabama.
They're ranked second.
Coming to Troy to play Charles Henderson. The coach, I think you might have made a scheduling mistake in a way, but playing a team like this should make you better. I'm taking Oxford.
Well, one of the perks of being the Charles Henderson athletic director is that teams from all over the state are lined up to play Charles Henderson in their non-region matchups because they get to play in Troy State.
That's right.
And Oxford is a huge school, just up by Anniston.
Right below Anniston, exactly right.
And they're having an incredible run up there as well. And right now, I think they're ranked second in the state in 2A.
That's
and like
right.
you said, this was a scheduling nightmare, but we're allowing them to come play in Troy Stadium. That's something special for those Oxford kids to be able to drive 2.5 hours and play in Troy Stadium. But a little too much for Charles Henderson to handle. I'm taking Oxford.
Okay, Pike County Ford's Ricky Clark.
We are talking about upset. Neil took Tallahassee over Ozark. I'm taking Charles Henderson at home over Oxford.
Ooh,
you heard it here first.
Go Trojans.
All right. Boy, that'll be a good one.
Ooh, that would
be.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Okay, Pike County Bulldogs going to Geneva. I'm going to take Pike County to win that game.
I'll take the Bulldogs as well.
I'm taking Bulldogs on the road as well.
Okay, now, like I told you, we're going to take one of these to Ginger and let her fill it out. Providence at Wicksburg, and Kenny Keith won a big one this week.
Yeah.
And congratulations to him and Providence. I'm gonna take Providence to win the game.
I'm gonna take Wicksburg. They won last week as well.
They are
playing at home.
No, they lost a heartbreaker by a point, didn't they?
Oh, did they?
That's what I had. I have it somewhere, but
either way, I'm taking Wicksburg.
I'm pretty good about remembering scores. I don't know. I can't remember anything else, but I want to say they lost to Long, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I've got that score somewhere. Okay, go ahead, Ricky.
Well, I'm not familiar with either one of these teams yet, so when in doubt, I always say pick the home team, so I'm going Wicksburg.
Of course, Providence is coached by Kenny Keith, former Charles Henderson guy. What did you call him, Bullfrog?
No, he's just Frog.
Frog. All right, Sampson is at Goshen. Goshen bounced back this week and just wore out Zion Chapel. I think Bart Bart Snyder. I think he found a lot of things to work on, and I think he's got his team where he wants them now.
He does, and they're playing at home again. He called into my show Sunday night. A little worried about the quarterback for Samson. He's Samson's best athlete, and got a big arm and can really drill the ball down the field. And a little point of information right here: the quarterback for Samson is Coach Brad McCoy's nephew.
Oh boy, isn't that amazing?
And, so he's Bart.
Of course, Brad McCoy was born and raised in Geneva, Alabama.
But I'm taking the Eagles as well. They're tough in Goshen, and I think Coach Snyder has got his personnel figured out and got people in the right spots now, and they're going to win some games.
Well, Ricky Sampson's really good, really, really, really good.
Are they?
Yeah, who you like?
I'm going with Goshen.
Don't take the bait.
I told you I was going to help you.
Don't take the bait, Ricky.
I've had all kinds of help in my life.
Ayrton at Houston County.
Mike, I saw the cork bobbing, but the cork didn't go under.
Yeah. Ayrton playing at Houston County, and Ayrton lost another heartbreaker last week. And, of course, let's go to this phone here. Good morning, y'all. Today in L.A. How you doing?
Hey, morning.
Mike Amos is calling in from, are you still in Las Vegas, or where are you?
No, I'm back in Birmingham, Alabama.
Are you glad to be in back on?
Two little baby girls that wake up about 5:45.
Boy, they miss their mom and daddy out here.
Yeah, we didn't get back from the airport till about 10:30 last night, so we had a long day.
Tell us quickly about Las Vegas and what do you think about everything?
I mean, I've been to Las Vegas numerous times. We stayed at the Bellagio, and one of the most beautiful hotels there. And they said it was the slow season, but just thousands of people everywhere up and down the street. And of course, the fountains are there.
Somebody told me you could have fried an egg on the concrete sidewalk.
It was 108 degrees when we were there on Sunday.
That's why it's considered the slow.
That's the hottest I think I've ever felt in my life.
Really? So the humidity was really bad too. Is that right?
Yeah, it's so weird though. I mean, you feel like you're about to melt, but you don't sweat. It's so weird. There's no humidity.
Same thing in Phoenix.
As far as in Alabama, if it's 95 degrees, you're soaking wet.
I know. If I know you and your wife, y'all ate at some good places. Where did y'all eat?
The best place we went to is the Thomas Keller restaurant called Bouchon in the Venetian Hotel.
Hey, I'd be somewhere.
A French restaurant. Yeah, we didn't do too many buffets with my wife. We had hand-picked restaurants to go to every time, but
y'all stayed away from the trough.
Yeah, exactly. And I've already.
We had a great time though. I mean, it's just one of those places where it's just so many people from all over the world. It's just crazy down there. It really is.
Y'all see any good entertainment?
No, we didn't go to any shows or anything like that. We just kind of
those tickets are so expensive.
Different hotels, and Lee was going for the first time, so I kind of wanted to show her everywhere. So we went to Cosmopolitan, Paris, Caesar's Palace, the Mirage.
Did y'all go down to the old town, where it all started?
No, we didn't go downtown. We should have probably, but I'll be honest with you. You could only do so much during the day until like around.
It was too hot.
11 o'clock, and it was just too hot to walk anywhere.
Well, I tell you what, it's one of the great places to visit in America. Everybody said,
the Troy line yesterday when I left at the Bellagio.
Yeah, what was it?
House. So that makes me think the quarterback Martinez is going to play.
All right, what did you say now?
So the Troy, Nebraska line had gone to 11.5, so that makes me feel like the Nebraska quarterback's going to play.
All right, so at one time Martinez was not going to play.
At 7.5, and now it's gone all the way up to 11.5.
Okay. No respect for Troy here. I got a feeling.
Huge respect for Troy. What are you talking about? When Troy played Nebraska in 2002, Troy was a 56-point underdog.
You serious? Whoa.
Now in 2018, they're 11.5 at Nebraska.
Come a long way, haven't we?
You put that $1 bet down there for me, did you?
Yeah. I'm glad. I thought the Raiders were going to play the Rams tougher. I'm glad I didn't.
You got any?
Go to the ticket box.
You got any tickets in your wallet?
Well, I'll tell you this about.
What is your plan? Are you heading to? When are you heading to go see St. Louis and the Dodgers?
Leaving early in the morning. Hopefully, we'll make it by the second or third inning. We're looking forward to it. Dr. Milton McRae and I are going. So I'll be able to have my doctor with me, Mike.
You sound like you got your voice back.
Yeah, I feel much better. Thank goodness. And it was rough early in the week.
Man, it's been a great weekend for football. You got Troy, Nebraska at 11. You got Auburn, LSU. Is that the 2:30 game?
Oh yeah, that's going to be a great one.
And then you got Alabama, Ole Miss at 6.
Boy, those wise boys, they don't even know how to act this morning. They're so excited.
A lot of lanes.
Yeah, man, they get everything done so they can get out of here.
Yeah, they
get that motorhome up there.
Getting the motorhome ready to roll.
They tailgate as well as anybody anywhere,
yeah.
and they've had that same spot for years. They take the motorhome in on about Wednesday, so they'll have the
perfect
everything
spot
set up.
Yep.
Then they'll have about 100, and Alabama guys too, but most of them are all Auburn fans, And
they host well.
Ricky, that would be a treat for you if you could get over there and see that game.
Right across the street over here, Wise Office Supply.
Hey, well, another thing, all you got to do is just give them a free car, and then they'd be glad to, or a free rental.
Give them a free car, and they'll give you a hot dog.
Excuse me, I'll tell you something even better than that, a free rental for a year.
There you go. You just renew it every year.
But really though, seriously, you've been around Texas football and everything, but it would be something to see just to. In fact, you could go over there and not go in the game and enjoy the atmosphere.
Oh, yeah.
Just I'll arrange you a place to eat over at their tailgate.
Okay, cool.
Just an hour and 25 minutes.
I was on the plane heading to Vegas, and we had a layover in Dallas. And man, I don't know how many A&M fans got on the plane with us to Vegas.
And they were good too.
Going about that football game.
Hey,
they were so proud of Texas A&M.
Speaking of Texas A&M, I got a little badge pop up on my phone about 5 o'clock yesterday. No, about 6 o'clock. It said officially, Texas A&M is now past Alabama for the wealthiest
I've heard that.
football program in the nation. They surpassed Alabama in proceeds officially by Forbes magazine yesterday.
Isn't that amazing? Boy, I knew they're wealthy.
Wow.
How many billionaires do they have?
Well, it's called oil, Mike. Oil. Is that right? Now, Marshall, Texas has got a lot of oil wells too, doesn't it?
Yep,
I'm telling you, that's a...
Okay. All right, everybody took Goshen. Arrington at Houston County, who do y'all like?
I'm going with Arrington.
All right, I'm going to go with Arrington. Who do you like?
Arrington got beat by Geneva, didn't they?
Sure did.
Yep.
I'm taking Arrington. Coach Gilcrease.
Bounce back game.
They'll come back.
And of course, remember the coaches show tonight, starting at 5:30 with Carol High's coaches show. At 6 o'clock, Charles Henderson's coaches show. And then at 6:30 will be the Goshen coaches show. At 7 o'clock, Pike Liberal Arts. At 7:30 is Arrington's coaches show. And hopefully we'll have some film on Elba tonight, all starting at continuously 6 coaches shows back to back tonight on Troy Cable.
That's amazing. I love
and of course,
that.
One brought to you. One of the sponsors of that show is
Pike County
Pike County Ford. If it don't say Pike County Ford on this hat, believe you me, you don't.
That's right.
I've been out of it this week. Who's Charles Henderson play this week?
Oxford is coming to town.
Oh, my goodness.
That's what I said. Just a scheduling nightmare.
How in the world do you schedule Oxford?
Well, everybody.
Well, you know what? And he did give me 9 games. Isn't that right?
Yeah. Everybody in the world's calling the athletic department at Charles Henderson to come play in the stadium. So I don't know how they chose Oxford over those other schools, but good gracious.
What did that great boxer say when he didn't want to go back in? What did he say?
He said
no moss.
No moss.
Hey, he was a great boxer, but he knew he was fixing to get his brains beat out. He said, no moss, no moss. Who's that great boxer, Mike?
That was Roberto Duran.
Roberto Duran, one of the great boxers all the time, but he knew when he was whipped. Or
he was also
if he had gone back in there, he might have got killed.
Yeah.
Because he was completely defenseless.
Yeah. Hey, my mother-in-law, I was wrong last week when I said she got the Flex. She got the Edge, and it's a beautiful Ford SUV. Do y'all sell a lot of those?
Absolutely. Edge is a very popular vehicle that I've noticed since I've been here.
Yeah.
Man, those are really nice.
Yeah, you can get those things anywhere from the 30,000 range all the way up to 50.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah, it fits every budget.
Of course, they're dealing at Pike County Ford, and believe you me, ladies and gentlemen, you'll beat anybody's price. Is
Absolutely.
that right?
I'll beat any deal on trade or price.
Oh man, that's right here at Pike County
That
Ford.
Edge is one of those crossover vehicles, isn't it?
No, it's just more of a. It's bigger than the Escape, but not quite as big as the Expedition.
Okay, let's move on. Arrington in Houston County, about took Arrington. All right, Macon East comes to undefeated Pike Liberal, and these are two big. I'm gonna hang in with you. These are two teams that don't like each other.
No,
and what I'm saying, they're just huge rivals.
Pike, Macon East probably has a few more athletes than Pike Lib. They may be a little bigger than Pike Lib, maybe a little faster than Pike Lib, but Pike Lib's playing with an edge. And they're playing like they know how to win, and they know how to win. Coach Allen's got them going. Right now, Pike Lib is playing as good as any private school in the state, and they're playing at home, so it doesn't matter that Macon is bigger, faster, and stronger. I'm taking Pike Lib.
Let me tell you, I said something about this Pike Liberal Arts.
They play as a team.
You remember last year they had these big, giant players and everything, and they were so pretty, pretty again, and they played like James sometimes, but let me tell you this team, this Pike Liberal Arts team is very athletic, and they got a quarterback that can play.
Yep.
They got some running backs and some receivers. I'm telling you, their quarterback and their running
back. Can run
back.
it, and Nelson can throw it.
You're exactly right, Sykes. Well, and then Sykes, and then you've got a running back named Hollis that's awfully good. Who do you like here?
Man, I'll tell you, I'm actually going to watch this game and excited about it. I think, from what I understand, Macon East is going to be part of their toughest to date, but Pike Lib, they're a scrappy team, and they found a way to win.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Pike Lib on this one.
Okay, all right. Everybody takes Pike Lib. All right, Luverne at Zion Chapel, and I was jumping up and down, raving over Zion Chapel, and then Goshen comes in there and beats them 55-6.
Yeah, Luverne may do the same.
And of course, well coached, well organized, but
Randy Bryant
speed has a lot to do with it.
Yeah,
you got to be able to run.
Yeah, Randy Bryant just outclassed in this game. Luverne runs away with it.
Luverne's got a quarterback. I want to be able to tell his name, Tay. I want to say his first name is Tay, but he is quite a athlete, Mike. Have you heard about him?
Yeah, a little bit. I think Luverne's probably got the best team in that area this year. I think they're going to, really go a long ways to the playoffs as well.
Well, let me tell you this, and this is arguably.
And that's a really tough
You've heard
area.
that word, arguably. Well, Coach Riles is one of the best offensive football coaches in this part of the country.
He scored a lot of points everywhere he's been.
And he's won state championships. He's a super individual. Mike, I know you've known him pretty much growing up. Isn't that right?
His son plays tight end at Southern Miss.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this will make you feel good. Alabama's finished up their non-conference schedule in 2020, and Alabama will play Tennessee Martin.
Oh, God.
Martin.
Oh, God. Now, who wants to pay to see that?
You know what?
Who wants to? I mean, really?
We already got to give away our Citadel tickets.
All right. Well, you couldn't even sell your Arkansas State tickets, could you?
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was just.
I mean, who wants to watch Alabama? It's about like.
Let's don't make fun of Arkansas State now. Come on now. They're a perimeter Sun Belt team.
No, let me tell you something about them. They gained over 400 yards against Alabama. That'll tell you something right there. It scares me to death when Troy played them. They just couldn't get in the end zone. Isn't that right, Mike?
Bend but don't break.
Yeah, they had several chances, but
their quarterback is good.
Alabama, got such a huge lead. It was over so early.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
In 2020, they'll play Georgia State, Kent State, Tennessee Martin.
They'll play Georgia State, Kent State, and Tennessee Martin.
3 glorified.
But hey,
you know why they play Kent State? Because that's where Saban played.
That's where Saban played.
Well, let me just say this, and I'm gonna make you Alabama guys mad right now.
Good.
They don't want to play out. They don't want to play Troy because they could get beat. And there's no question.
They would play Troy in a heartbeat. Look what they just did to Arkansas State.
Well, I'm just saying they could get beat. Did LSU?
So if Arkansas State.
LSU's pretty good football team, wasn't it, Mike?
Well, that was last year. We don't know.
I'm just saying Troy's a much more. Let's just say this: out of the Jacksonvilles, I don't know about Jacksonville, they're pretty good, but
North Alabama,
West Alabama, Tuskegee,
Alabama State. Sean played the game of his life against LSU. He had never done anything close to that until he did that against LSU.
It just comes down to there's nothing to gain and everything to lose.
That's the thing.
So
You're
this
right.
is the right thing to do is not play.
See, the worst thing Troy has going into this weekend is Nebraska just got beat by Colorado in the last second.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
that's
now
right.
Nebraska's will be more focused than ever. And then Frost is coming from Central Florida, which is a school, that Troy used to play against.
But the greatest thing I hear, Frost here, Frost there, Frost here. Everybody, I can tell you a lot about the Frost. Baby, it's cold outside. But let me just say this: Frost can't play, Mike. He can't play. His eligibility is up.
All he's got
No, I'm just saying that. I mean, he knows what it's like to go against a non-Power 5. Having a chip on your shoulder,
No
like Central
question.
Florida. He'll have this guy's ready.
All right, everybody likes Luverne, Daleville at GW Long. And at GW Long, they did bounce back and win this week. I've got that score somewhere.
I'll take the Warriors, Delvin.
All right, who do you like?
I'm going with Daleville on this one.
I have to announce it, and of course, want to mention that this week's Blitz and live coverage from downtown Jack, Alabama. Is that right?
Yeah, they're going to Zion Chapel.
Luverne is playing at Zion Chapel, and isn't it amazing? Now, there's other people that try to catch up with Troy Cable as far as filming games. There might be some people that are doing that, but how many people are doing live broadcasts?
Not many.
Especially from Freeport, Florida, and whatever. Are you surprised by that?
Yeah, we don't get a lot of live. My wife and I were talking about this last night. They were showing volleyball games, but they were last week back home. So when you see stuff on TV from the high school level in Texas, it's usually a week late.
Yeah, no question about it. And
so it's pretty neat to
You
have some
you
live.
better bring shorts to Lincoln. It's going to be the high on Saturday. It's going to be 90.
Don't tell me, Mike, but then we play at 11 o'clock. That's one good thing.
So it'll be 89.
11 o'clock in the morning, it is the same time as Central Standard Time. And
if you ought to play it on Tuesday, the high on Tuesday was 75 and the low was 54. So this must be their last fight front coming through.
Exactly.
Ooh, man.
Of course,
That would've been nice.
Yeah, I know that's gonna be something, no question about it. I'm still looking for that score from this past weekend. But
how many cows are you going to eat on that trip?
I don't know, but I've been working on. I'll just tell you this: I've been eating a bunch of bone-in ribeyes that I bought from Piggly Wiggly, and buddy, they are delicious. The more gristle, the better that steak is. But bone-in makes a big difference.
Makes a difference.
Do you really agree with me, Mike?
Yeah, I definitely. That's one of my favorites is the bone-in ribeye. I had one out in Vegas that was about 20 ounces.
Yeah, but
you like Chevy Chase, the old 96ers.
Well, see, I like to cook two. I like to cook 2 steaks at a time. I like to cook 2 steaks at a time from Piggly Wiggly, and just hopefully after the first one, I got a little bit of room left for about half of the other one. But it is awfully good. The bone-in ribeyes are on sale at Piggly Wiggly right here in Troy. Okay, we're getting ready, ladies and gentlemen, for the kickoff. The Auburn Tigers, coached by Ricky Clark.
They'd be national champions if they were.
Of course, the Tigers getting ready for the Bayou Bengals. It's going to be the Bayou Bengals against the Tigers of Auburn. 2:30 kickoff on CBS television. Prime time. Neil, you don't get any bigger than this. Auburn and LSU, and boy, what a game it's going to be. Hey, they'll be getting there early, and some of them be cooking breakfast. But by noon, I think those Tiger fans will be ready.
The liquor will be flowing and the boot,
and they'll be rocking that bus. They'll be rocking that bus. Old LSU folks, the kids start looking around. They're a bunch of crazy folks. There's a bunch of crazy folks.
Wardron said, "We got to be ready."
But let me tell you the only bad thing is. Let me tell you the only bad thing is. Orgeron's probably carrying a 45. He looks like he would be, and I know he's carrying a baseball bat. So stay away from
They're gonna be better than.
Stay away from that guy. He is a bad dude.
They're gonna be better than Miami. We got to play with a Tennessee, and
no question about it. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back with more of Pike County Ford's Picks of the Week.
Corey Dunn from Dixie Trails. You get your truck washed here?
there?
Millie Johnson, I know you're not bringing them cow trucks, okay?
I do, and they're like me when I leave.
Loretta, what are you doing?
Getting my car detailed.
At Trojan Detail, we do it all.
Why buy from Pike County Ford? We live local. Troy is our home, so you'll always be dealing with hometown folks who are all about Troy. We'll beat any legitimate written offer you bring in, so you know you're getting the best deal guaranteed. And no matter what you buy from Pike County Ford, you can always count on the best service before and after the sale. Bottom line, you get good people, a better product, and the best deal, guaranteed. Pike County Ford in Troy, never too far for a far better deal.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Here we go, Mike.
Back to our show, brought to you by Pike County Ford on the bypass right here in Troy, and of course it's in Cardinal. And if they come in and even look at one of those used cars, you'll give them one. Is that right?
Oh yeah, any car.
And of course, a great new leadership and a good friend Ricky Clark. And let me tell you something, Neil. You're old Troy like I am. You love this town and like I do. And what is your feeling about Troy so far? To go out. All right, you've been to 2 football games. Troy's a little different than most 20,000 populated towns, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've had a lot of fun, especially since college football's kicked off. I love college football. I just love college sports in general.
Yeah.
So I'm really having a good time meeting a lot of people, and got to enjoy the north end zone at the last game a little bit.
Yeah, tell us about it. And, I hadn't enjoyed that yet. I mean, I've been over there, but hey, it's hard to pull me away from that where I sit. Now, he's on the field now.
Yeah.
I got the best seat in the house.
But and we're gonna ask him about that too. I like to ask him about what kind of comments did he get from the field. But no question about it, Troy's got a great atmosphere, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I like it here a lot. I like the people. You just really haven't ran anybody that you'd really just say you wouldn't like or anything like that.
Did you get some good food at the tailgate?
Oh yeah. And it's always good.
All right, now y'all had a team.
Have you ever seen so many meat and 3 restaurants for such a small town?
No, but I like it because
does Texas have the meat and 3s like Alabama does?
Well, you've got the meat and 3s, but they're few. The little countries are few and far between back home. But I love it because that's just the way my mom used to.
Well, and another thing too. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all have beef ribs. We have pork ribs. Is that right?
Yeah, well, we do a lot of both.
See, we don't do a lot of beef ribs.
We just do pork here.
The beef,
not a lot of beef.
You got to know what you're doing.
Now, I like to eat like Robin Hood now. And, hey, I like to eat like Robin Hood. Do y'all eat like that?
No, we do a lot of both, beef and pork. But beef, you really got to know what you're doing when you're cooking those.
Yeah. And, of course, men that sit up there where I sit on the 4th floor is really, really a lot of fun because there's so much food. In fact, they almost starve. I mean, not starve you. They almost kill you with food. Oh, yeah. They open up with that big buffet and had a good buffet on both ends of the building Saturday, and then they've got hamburgers and hot dogs going on all the way in the back,
ice cream
chicken sandwich, and then the ice cream at halftime. And then they come out with barbecue sandwiches in the 3rd quarter. I bet there was 100 barbecue sandwiches on the side that I was on. But I mean, if you can't, let me just say this: if you can't get enough to eat, I feel sorry for you.
It's your own fault.
Hey, I read the crowd was 25,000.
It was at least that much. I thought it was a great crowd.
I did too. I thought.
All right, you on the other side now. All right, Neil got a real good view because you on the other side of the field, wasn't you?
I was on both sides. I was on the home side.
All right, when you're on the east side, it looked like most of these stands were full.
It was. It looked great.
In the west stands, most of the west stands.
Most of the west stands were full. That's right.
All right, so when you do that, and you got that tail end crowd on the east stands, you about to fill it up.
It's close. It was close.
But see, those kids got a long ways to walk, and what they do, they end up standing in the end zone. instead of coming all the way over and going to those north stands.
And it was band weekend and cheerleader weekend, so a lot of high school kids were in the stadium as well.
Mike, it was the ninth. I don't know if they finished doing all the numbers, but it was the ninth highest crowd, biggest crowd in history.
How many fans did Florida A&M bring? A couple thousand?
They brought a bunch. And let me tell you something, and they're class. I'd play them every year. They're a class operation.
It's only 2.5 hours down the road.
Yeah.
A lot of orange and green.
Of course, you've been around marching bands. How good is it sound to sound?
Man, I love it. Well,
hey, do you get chill bumps? Do you get chill bumps?
That's one of the things we look forward to as well when we go to the games.
Exactly.
So.
And, of course, Ricky Clark has just moved in here from way out in Marshall, Texas. And Mike, the more I think about it.
I get to see every sale they make on Facebook. I see Thomas Katrick, the guy I grew up with in high school, post every single sale y'all have out there.
Yeah, he's my finance director now. So I brought him back. I brought back Bubba Campbell. I brought back a lot of the
Bubba. You brought back Bubba Campbell. Bubba Campbell owns. Hey, he owns.
Between Thomas and Bubba and Charles, man.
Thomas Katrick was a straight-on field goal kicker when I was in high school.
Is that right? Wait till I get to work. I'm on.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Well, they're all great people, and of course you get good people around you. All right, let's get started. Miami at Toledo, and the reason I put it in there, Miami could get their brains beat out if they don't watch it here. Toledo. Holy Toledo. I'm going to take Toledo to win the game.
I think Mark Richt's a better coach than that. He'll have them ready. They'll bounce back. He'll take the Hurricanes.
All right, Neil, I've said this over and over and over to you. If God cared about who won football games, Mark Richt would win every one of them. But the Lord does not care who wins football games. He cares about your soul and everything else, but not football.
Miami's 10-point favorite.
All right. Let me ask Armstrong this before we get started on this. Tell me about your favorite chicken place now. It's located in the public shopping center. Is that right? How do you like that?
Goldfingers?
Yeah, how do you like Goldfingers?
Now, wait a minute. My favorite chicken place is Crow's.
Exactly. On North 39th Street. You're exactly right.
But when I'm in, I will hit the Goldfingers right there, public shopping center. It is very delicious.
Well, I tell you what, it is really good. You tried it?
I've tried it once.
You know, that's a new. We
got
two
wings too.
Two fairly new franchises. That franchise, and then also on down the road.
Marco's Pizza.
Not Marco's, but the hamburger place on down.
Oh, the Cookout.
Cookout. Both are new franchises in the state. I think Troy's is the third or fourth built so far. So
you know what surprises me that we don't have here yet? It's a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Now we've been wanting it. Let me tell you something. And I've heard you're exactly right.
I think it would be huge.
You're exactly right. No question about it. And then a breakfast place that stays, a big breakfast place like a IHOP or something would be good too. No question about it. But you know, you can tell that Armstrong and I have not missed many meals. You hadn't either.
No.
So now, starting at center, Ricky Clark, 5'9", 5'11 and a half, 315, 314.
Right guard.
Not quite.
Right guard Armstrong, left guard Amos.
That's right, and he's our center. And we're going to be giving you some scores right here on the Pike County Forwards Picks of the Week.
Miami handles Toledo, Mike.
All right, I'm picking the upset Toledo. All right, Ricky, who do you like?
I think Toledo scares them to death, but Miami pulls it out.
Okay. University of Central Florida, Mike, plays at North Carolina.
Did they move this game?
The game's been canceled.
All right.
Oh, I thought you said North Carolina State was canceled.
No, North Carolina.
But they're right over there, and a lot of these could be canceled.
All right, scratch out Central Florida, North Carolina. That's no kick.
All right, I'm glad we did that. Will they try to play it?
It's not a conference game.
Oh, really?
I think it'll be up to the schools.
They, of course, a couple of weeks ago, Terry Bowden team Akron had to cancel out with Nebraska.
Yeah. FSU at Syracuse, going all the way to New York.
Okay, FSU is you can't trust them. Never have been able to. Syracuse is going to win the football game. Syracuse to win the football game.
Me too, Mike. I'll take the Orangemen.
Let me tell you something. Who do you like?
I'm taking Syracuse. Florida State has looked absolutely horrible.
Is Willie Taggart the answer down there?
Oh,
well,
man.
I'll tell you what, Florida State just did not
why
look
did they
ready
jump
2 weeks
on
ago.
him? I don't know why they jumped on him. Well, let me just say this. Syracuse plays in the Carrier Dome. Did you know that?
Is that right?
And guess what? The dome's not air conditioned.
Oh, wow.
The Carrier is the biggest air conditioning company out there, and they say that it's, that's right.
Ooh, when I say Mike Amos is full of knowledge, he is full of knowledge.
Well, I try to be informed, yes. In fact,
Carrier
this show is to inform you of who I like is going to win in college football. Now, you can just don't get confused with these guys. Holy Toledo. Georgia Tech at Pittsburgh, and I was the guy that was so smart, and I didn't take them, but I said if I was going to take the points, it's time for Penn State to be upset. They killed Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
they killed them.
And I think they killed their morale. I'll take the Yellow Jackets.
And then the Yellow Jackets goes to South Florida, and they get whipped. Georgia Tech shouldn't give anybody time to prepare for them. You know, if it's a week, Georgia Tech's going to beat them. But if you give them 10 days or 2 weeks, you feel get beat. Yeah. They're going to stop it.
Yeah, if you got a real disciplined defense that knows how to read their keys, you can limit Georgia Tech's points because they run the clock.
That's right. Who do you like here?
I'm going with Georgia Tech.
All right, Vanderbilt at Notre Dame, and some people, including Will Matthews.
Will Matthews said take the points.
But he's playing with his mind, his brain instead of his heart instead of his brain. Who do you like here, Ricky?
Man, Notre Dame at home is going to be tough for Vandy, I believe. So Notre Dame for sure.
This looks like a different Notre Dame team.
Touchdown, Jesus.
That's right. And that's why they got right there in that stadium, Jesus signaling touchdown. And so you like Notre Dame, and
yes, sir.
You like Notre Dame.
I'll take Notre Dame South Bend.
Southern Miss at Appalachian State, and the team that Troy plays in 2 weeks, Louisiana Monroe, beat Southern Miss last weekend. Southern Miss, I've always had a lot of respect for them.
They're not going to win.
I don't think. And of course, App State went to Penn State a couple of weeks ago and just played them off the feet. In Boone, North Carolina, a beautiful place to watch a game. I'll take App State.
Me too.
I'm going against the grain on this one, guys. I'm going to take
Southern
Miss at App State.
Well,
Golden Eagles.
Shocker.
They're good.
High up in the altitude.
While we're talking about Louisiana Monroe, we've got a bus going to that game.
Top of the mountain.
We're going on the 22nd, which will be next weekend, not this weekend. We're going to be playing. We're going to be leaving out here at 6 o'clock in the morning by bus. We're going to stay in that great little town of Vicksburg, and then bus on into the game between Troy and Louisiana Monroe. Louisiana Monroe might be the biggest surprise of the league this year.
You know, I had Coach Brown on my Sunday night show with a live interview, and I asked him point blank in my interview with Coach Brown. I said, Coach Brown, who's going to be the surprise team this year in the Sun Belt? Who's the sleeper? And he said, Louisiana Monroe.
Yeah, and you know what? You've been around Troy a long time. Troy's always had trouble with them.
Yes.
You know, and that's the same Louisiana Monroe team that went into Tuscaloosa and beat Alabama
2008.
that time. Yes, sir. No question about it. So that's going to be a good game. If you'd like to go on the bus, Vicksburg, we'll be staying right there in Vicksburg, which is a nice place to stay if you and have fun. And then we'll just bus on over to the game and come back Sunday morning. Be a one-night stay. Call this number here, 372-2001, and we'll give you more information about that. Okay.
Or Miss Donna Hogan on
You
Facebook.
might want to do that. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yep.
I've been. It's fun.
Yeah, that's right. You can call Miss Donna Hogan, and her number is, let's see, correct me if I'm wrong.
Easiest way to get hers on Facebook.
Yeah, she'll be there. 670. No, I can't give it to you right now. I'll do it later. Okay. Before we go on break, we're going to take this game here, and to me, it's no question. Yep. Boise State at Oklahoma State. As good as Oklahoma State is, and they walloped South Alabama this weekend.
Yep.
Boise is going to win the game.
I think so too.
They might be on their way to a 14-0.
Could be.
Series. They might be the next Central Florida.
Yep. Yeah, if they win this game, it's
downhill from here.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. So I got Boise State. Everybody else got Boise State. Can you believe that? And of course, Oklahoma State. The coach says.
Well, we got to see Boise State firsthand, so we know what kind of football team they are. So
What did he say that time about?
I'm a man.
I'm a man. Don't be talking to my boys. I'm a man. Talk to me.
Gundy.
All right. My biggest upset of the weekend is this weekend. No, this game's been canceled, hasn't it?
Well, no, the North Carolina game.
North Carolina and the.
I think they
this
moved
is
this
NC State now.
I think they moved one of them.
The Virginia Tech game's canceled and the North Carolina game's canceled.
How about the North Carolina State game?
Doesn't say anything.
All right, well, let's go ahead and pick it then. I'm going to pick North Carolina State to win the game.
West Virginia.
They play in Raleigh.
I'll take the Mountaineers.
Okay, who
if
do
they
you like?
play.
I'm taking West Virginia.
This storm is a full-fledged hurricane. What degree, do you know?
It's a 4 right now, and thank goodness the weathermen this morning were saying they predict it would be a 3 when it hit landfall instead of a 4.
Is it going to hit landfall in North Carolina, or is it going to move on up the coast?
No, they say in North Carolina. That's the center of the cone, anyway.
Yeah. So watch your programs, your weather, and be aware of what's going on. Georgia Southern at Clemson. Is that game on or not?
I'm not sure, but you got to take Clemson.
Well,
it'll be about like Alabama and Arkansas State.
Well, I'm going to just say this. This is a better Georgia Southern team. Let me tell you what happens here now. I'm not saying they're going to win the game, but there's a 35-point line. And if you get a team that can control the ball a little bit, like Georgia Southern can run it, they're going to be able to run it a little bit, no question, because they do a real good job of it. Their problem is they got to be able to stop folks on defense. But they could stay within that number if I ever
just by running the clock.
Yeah, no question about it. Colorado State at Florida. And Colorado State has started off pretty good until this past week. I mean, bad until this past weekend, and they come up and knock a team off,
I'll take the Gators just because they're playing in the swamp and they're an SEC team. They got it. Dan Mullen will have them ready.
Yeah, they got to come back after this one. Who do you like?
I think Colorado State upsets another one this week.
Do you? You going to take Colorado State?
Colorado State?
All right, I'm going to take Florida to win it, but they disappointed me last week. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on break, but before we do, I want to mention another great game we've got for you. It happens to be in Mississippi, Oxford, Mississippi, where the Crimson Tide of Alabama. Oh, it went off.
Uh-oh. Battery maybe did.
I know you've hotwired many a car in your life.
You got a hot wire, Big Al.
But it's Alabama, the Crimson Tide of Alabama, going to Ole Miss. What's the game time on that?
6 o'clock, I think.
6 o'clock. You can watch it on ESPN. The Alabama-Ole Miss game. Ole Miss is undefeated with an outstanding young quarterback, another one of those guys from Hawaii. Is that right?
I think so.
And it should be quite a football game. We'll be back to Pike County Ford's Picks of the Week right after this.
Why buy from Pike County Ford? We live local. Troy is our home, so you'll always be dealing with hometown folks who are all about Troy. We'll beat any legitimate written offer you bring in, so you know you're getting the best deal guaranteed. And no matter what you buy from Pike County Ford, you can always count on the best service before and after the sale. Bottom line, you get good people, a better product, and the best deal, guaranteed. Pike County Ford in Troy, never too far for a far better deal.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, on Pike County Ford's Picks of the Week right here on Troy Cable Channel 2 and on Facebook across the country. And Neil, you've been you watch and are pretty much aware of what's going on Facebook.
Try to be.
That means our show live here in Troy, Alabama, from our studios on
Right
South
now.
Brundage Street. You can watch us pretty much worldwide on Facebook. Isn't that right?
Good morning, Honolulu, Hawaii.
That's right, and all those great quarterbacks. And ladies and gentlemen, and
They
I'm
can grow
sorry,
some quarterbacks
Ricky,
out there.
Ricky, I'm sorry, they're all coming in from you. They've already got a few contracts to come in on you. They know where you are now.
Yeah.
We got to move you to Costa Rica or somewhere like that.
I'll leave tomorrow.
Do they sell Ford cars or trucks in Costa Rica?
I don't know. If they don't, we'll figure it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest, of course, sponsor of today's show is the owner and general manager of Pike County Ford, Ricky Clark, and he's moved in here from Marshall, Texas to Troy, Alabama.
And we're glad to
But,
have
you know, the things I told you early, before you saw all these things, you said all that can't be true, but it can't it?
Absolutely.
Of course, he loves to hunt and fish. He loves good food. And Michael made a mistake on this meat and three. Well, no, not really. It's good with meat and three we've got, but Sisters is open with their buffet every day now, except for Saturday. So it's no more a meat and three. It is a buffet every day except for Saturday.
I saw where the Country Kitchen opened back up.
They did, and I went by and had food with them, and really good. And but now let's quickly go over these scores. We're going to run out of time. We'll be a lot quicker this time. Southern Cal at Texas.
Gosh.
Man, that's going to be a tough one.
What's the Vegas line on that?
I've got it on my other information, and I don't know it right now.
Can Tom Herman get them together? Southern Cal lost last week.
I think everybody's got their mind too much on Tom Herman and realize he can't play. I'm going to take Southern Cal to beat Texas.
You know, Mike, I'm with you on that. The way Texas is playing this year doesn't really excite me. Being from Texas, Southern Cal wins this game.
How about you, Neil?
I'm going to go USC as well. They got beat by Stanford last week. That's who beat them.
Stanford's good.
Yeah, they are.
Boy,
they got a Heisman Trophy candidate running back.
And
Love.
they'll get after you on defense.
That Love kid can run the
Wisconsin.
ball.
This is a great game. Wisconsin versus BYU.
BYU, they always upset one or two people in Provo, but they've already done their upset this year. I'm taking Wisconsin.
Well, let me just tell you this about BYU. They're playing with a bunch of grown men.
That's true.
Most
they
of
are
these
older.
guys are 26, 27, 28 years old. They've been through their missionary work. They are very mature people. I don't know how good a football team they are. I'm going to take Wisconsin.
Yep, I'm going to take Wisconsin as well.
Okay, Washington at Utah, and Washington, after losing to Auburn, trying to rebound. They could run into it again. I'm going to say an upset here, Utah to upset Washington.
Mike's taking the Utes. I'm going to stick with Washington. I think they're just too many athletes and too well coached for the Utes to sneak up on them this year.
All right, Ricky.
I'm going with Washington as well.
This is a huge game from
AT&T Stadium.
Yeah, and you've been here many times. Tell us about the atmosphere here.
Oh, man, it's great.
I mean, TCU is your favorite team.
Right.
You admit it.
You know what they do?
You've been, and of course, they're the Purple People Eaters, and Patterson's a great coach.
Yeah.
But do they have? Will it be hard for Ohio State to come in there and beat them?
I don't think it'll be hard. Here's the thing: I don't know if y'all watched TCU SMU game last Friday night, but the way TCU came out in the first half was horrible. If TCU does that against Ohio State this week, they will get killed. But if Patterson's defense will show up and the offense will get going, if TCU can keep this game close, I think TCU has a chance to beat Ohio State.
Picking with his heart.
Well, somebody needs to beat Ohio State, and I'm going with TCU. And TCU got the skilled folks. They got a lot of skilled folks.
They got it.
Well, the problem is Texas is full of skilled folks, and they got enough to go around to all the Texas universities.
Yeah.
But I'll take the Buckeyes.
Okay, all right. Georgia, did you take TCU?
Absolutely.
Georgia at Middle Tennessee.
Is Georgia really going to Murfreesboro?
Well, I don't know.
Have you got that right?
I don't know if I do or not.
I'm taking Georgia either way, but that was a surprise when I read it on your sheet.
Yeah. I might have wrote it. Well, regardless, I'm going to take Georgia the way
Georgia. I'm taking
Georgia. That was one I need to take a look at. Steve, help me out on that one, if you will. Where's that Georgia and Middle Tennessee game going to be? Marshall at South Carolina. Look out here now. Look out. I'm going to take Marshall in the upset.
Nah, cocky rebounds.
South Carolina at home.
All right, South Carolina home. All right, Houston at Texas Tech. Houston got what a lot of people say is the best football player in America. He's a defensive lineman that they can't block. People just cannot block. They think he's the best player. I can't give you his name right off the bat.
Me either, and it's on the tip of my tongue.
But he's considered the best player in America. This is going to be a crazy one, as they always are.
It's going to be a shootout.
But I'll take Houston in a close one.
Yeah, me too. I don't know why, but I like Houston.
There's going to be
Sanford Stadium on 9/15.
That's in Athens.
All right, I'll say my part. I wrote it down wrong. Thank you so much.
There's going to be a lot of points scored in this Houston-Texas Tech game, but I think Houston pulls it out.
Okay, Neil.
I took the Cougars.
Now this game here could be something. Now Duke looks like they're much improved. They play at Baylor. Is Baylor still play good football even after? They were a top 5 or 10 team until the coach got fired.
Yeah, and they're still in their rebuilding process after that debacle.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I'll take Cutcliffe with his stability. I'll take Duke. But Baylor probably has as good or better athletes than Duke, but they're just in disarray.
And another thing,
I got to take Duke.
Another thing too, and of course, since I've got my hands out like this, remember you're in good hands with Allstate. Terry Green.
We only got 2 minutes, man.
Yeah, but I got it. This is my show. My show. If I want to take it longer, they'll go longer.
Okay.
But I've been here a long time, very long time.
Okay.
But of course, we appreciate Perry and all the great folks there. All right, I'm taking Baylor to win the game.
Oh, okay.
I'm jumping on Baylor too.
All right, Texas State at South Alabama.
I'll take South Alabama.
All right, I'll take South Alabama. Who do you like?
South
Alabama at Ole Miss, and we want you. No, we're not going to do a tiebreaker here. Alabama at Ole Miss.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. How about you?
No, sir.
Ricky.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss in an upset.
Ole
Ricky
Miss
says,
wins this game.
Ricky
I'm
Clark.
picking Alabama. Sorry.
You doing the fan?
Yeah, and a lot of people don't like Alabama, but you better be careful now. Hey, being an Alabama fan sells cars.
That's right. And Auburn and everybody else.
Tulane at UAB. UAB disappointed me. How in the world did they go to Coastal Carolina and get killed?
Well, I don't know, but Coastal Carolina is much improved. I'll take the Blazers this week, though.
Boy, they weren't very improved the first game of the year.
No.
Okay, I'll take UAB at home. Who do you like?
UAB.
All right, here's a big one. LSU at Auburn, and ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a big one. Who do you like? Neil.
I like Auburn at home.
You might need some extra time.
I like Auburn at home, 29-23. Very defensive game up until the last. Somebody scores a touchdown late, pull away. 29-23, War Eagle.
Okay, I tell you what, the hardest thing in the world would be to take LSU at Auburn over Auburn. Auburn playing at home. It's a definite 12-man addition to their program, and I'm gonna say in a fairly close one, Auburn 28, LSU 24. Who do you like?
I think it stays close till about the second half, but I think Auburn pulls away and wins this thing 37-14 at home.
Okay, a big one in Nebraska. At Nebraska, it's an 11 o'clock kickoff, and you can watch that game on ESPN. Nebraska and Troy. I picked Troy to win the football game. Give me Troy 31, Nebraska 28. Troy wins the football game. Who do you like?
I like Troy at 38-34.
All right, 38-34. And that's going to be a great ball game. Who's going to be carrying that on TV? Do you know?
It'd probably be ESPN3 on the internet.
I didn't care. But no, it's on the Big Ten Network.
Oh, it is? Okay.
See, do we get the Big Ten Network? I think we do.
ESPN3, you can watch it.
So it should be a good network to cover. I'll be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, of course, we look forward to seeing you next week here for Pike County. And let me just say, I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. At Pike County Ford on the bypass. Right now, you dealing?
We're dealing.
I mean, let me tell you this. A guy that really wants a Ford F-150 truck, has he got a good chance to get one?
Oh, yeah.
You got good financing?
Got good financing. We got financing for everybody.
Okay.
Good credit, bad credit, no credit, doesn't matter.
Thank you so much for.
Thanks, Mike, for having me.
Being here today.
Bill, good to see you again.
My friend, good to see you.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mike.
Hope that you have a great weekend, and go Trojans!